Okay, so today we're gonna learn how to sew.
Yay!
Because I think that it's really important that college kids know how to sew things. So we're going to be sewing old bandanas, but the sewing technique that I'm going to teach you can apply to anything that you do. So I'm going to give each of you 2 pieces of this bandana. You can put it however you want, whatever mat, whatever is important to you. Okay, and then I'm going to give each of you, if I can get it open. Okay. I'm gonna give each of you a needle. Can I trust you all with a needle?
Maybe.
We'll figure it out.
I've never sewed a day in my life, so.
What is this?
It can be whatever you want. I'm just gonna teach you how to sew one whole line, and you can keep going with it if you want. Okay, and I'm also gonna teach you guys how to thread a needle, which is like the hardest part. It pretty much is gonna make you work yourself. But wait, sorry, what'd you say?
There's a needle so small.
Oh, it's
Are these like normal size needles?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, I struggle putting the string around these.
Okay, so we're gonna do a green string. Oh look, there's one of my needles. This one's a pretty big needle. So based on what fabric you're using, you're gonna use a different size needle. So like a big huge needle like this you shouldn't use with like silky fabrics or stuff like that. I could use it for like something like this. But, so I'm gonna give each of you a string. String 1.
Okay, how would you write that as a fraction?
Oops. Okay. String 2.
And you can simplify fractions because they both have
String 3. Okay.
Thank you.
So, what we're going to be doing is...
I'm so bad at this.
So usually what I do is... Did you get it? So I lick the end.
I want to do that better.
No, it's not weird. You can lick the end. And then I get nice and close and I steady my fingers on top of each other. And then you just kind of wiggle it through. There you go. And if you need help, I can help you.
This should come in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you need help? Okay.
You got it?
No.
So I usually like steady my fingers on top of each other. I get really nice and close with this so I can have a little push with it. And it's going to take a second.
I got it, but it's not coming.
Here we go. Okay, so just keep it at that point right there. Do you mean to do it for you?
Do we like tie it or something?
Okay. We'll get to that in a second. So just leave it right there like that.
It's okay. Some of it into it, that's what happened. Like, once I start pulling, that's when you start
So that means, no, lift the end. You see how it's got like a split end there?
Yes, you forget about
I don't think so.
You got it. Get a little bit closer with your fingers, like on the string.
This is probably how they do stitches too, right? Kind of like sewing, but on skin.
Stitches are different.
Yeah, you have to do like
First of all, it's with a curved needle, not a straight
Well,
needle.
yeah.
Second of all, it's a different type of tying
The
method.
tying is so hard.
It's so hard,
It's so
especially because like you're not using your fingers. You're supposed to use like.
Yeah, you can't use like you have to like make the knot with the needle and the string and like with two.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Okay, did you get it? Okay, so we're gonna pull it out like this. So you've got. What did I almost dropped it. Okay. So it's just sitting like this, right? So it's pulled through your needle. You've got two ends. You're gonna pull it down a little bit, and then you're gonna wrap it around your index finger. Wrap the string around your index finger just once, not even once. It's just gonna sit like this. Huh?
Oh, both of them.
Wait, I didn't even.
We're just gonna be tying a knot. Okay.
Why am I?
It's okay. So I usually start up here and I pull down until I get to about right here. And then it's just like your, no, both strings. Yeah, and stop. There you go. You got it. You pretty much have the exact same point that I have. There you go. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna wrap it around your finger. Okay? Everyone following? You're gonna take the end that has the string through it, and you're gonna push it under the little hole that you created. And then let go.
What did you just do?
Okay. So wrap it around. Wrap it around again. You're gonna stick this part under. Make sure to give yourself a little wiggle room so it fits.
Then you say four. So then you put down notes.
So no, I did not certain size.
Huh? No. So why we do this is that at the very end of your, at the very end of whatever you're sewing, it's so much easier to cut this hole and get the string from the needle than it is to if you tie a knot to the needle. Because I cannot tell you how many times when I first started sewing that I would just tie a knot straight to the needle, and then I'm left with like a little piece of string on my needle. So it makes it a lot harder to thread a string next time around. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Would you like some help?
So it's like a hole.
No. Okay.
So you gotta do the bottom finger
All right,
inside of
This is
yourself. Moving your
fun.
head.
I think I might pick up sewing now.
Okay, you're gonna give yourself a little bit more room. There you go. Oh, wait.
That's what happened last time.
So you want to go down a little bit further then? So you give yourself more room.
It's like on the way here, that's when all the oil goes.
Can you try it again?
That would keep all of those 70 oil spills per day.
Go from the bottom. Wrap it around. There you go. And then go from the bottom. There you go. Tighten it. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna take both your pieces of fabric. What you want is you want both pieces, the outside of your fabric is going to be on the inside. So think about it this way. Think about the fact that when you look at your clothes, you see the stitching on the inside, right? Like you see the thick part of the stitching on the inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew on the inside, and then when we get to a certain point, we're going to flip it. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So just put two edges together. See how I've lined it up? It's pretty much as straight as I can get it. I would do two sides that don't already have stitching, because if it already has stitching on it, it's gonna be not pretty. You can set your needle down too. You don't have to. Usually I keep it in my mouth, but I stabbed myself a lot in the process of learning. Okay. You guys ready?
Yep.
So what you're gonna do is we're gonna create our starting knot. So you're gonna just push a hole in right at the end, right at the corner. You're gonna pull it through.
All the way through?
Oh, shoot. No, not all the way through. So you're gonna pull it through until it gets to basically the very end, like right here. Enough room that you can use it to tie a knot. So.
Okay, so push the corner.
Keep going
It's
all
like
the
a
way
regular
until
knot?
you have enough room like this to tie a knot. Huh?
Just one knot?
You're gonna do like you're gonna do the motion of tying a knot. So like twice. Actually, you can do it as much as you want. It's really just like how much structure I guess you want in it. So like I just made mine super tight. I just gave myself a lot of string, so I just tied as tight as I want. Okay. Is everyone there? Does everyone have their knot?
It seems so tiny.
It does.
Is it a mistake?
No, you're good. It doesn't have to be that small. You can pull a little bit more. Try again. No. So you're gonna tie it with the fabric in between.
Okay.
There you go. So you're tying the two pieces of fabric together. Okay.
And then we just go along and sew it like that.
Yeah. So there are
12 minutes, 3 more minutes left.
3 minutes left?
So what we're gonna do is there are different ways to sew. The way that I sew, the way that I'm gonna teach you, is the way that you're gonna get the most support from it. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna pull it back through. So push your needle in right next to where your other one is, and you're gonna pull through. You're gonna pull through, not all the way, until you get this little tiny hole right here. You see? So then you're gonna push your needle through that little tiny hole. So this right here. Yep. Push it back. There you go. And then you're gonna pull and tighten that down. That's okay. It's gonna get a little knotted. Don't freak out. Dun dun dun. Okay. Usually I put if you feel that like a knot is coming, usually I put my needle in there before the knot can form. So my needle's in between the middle of the knot. Did you get it?
I don't know what I did. Oh, that's cool.
Okay. So instead of going so big, you probably want to do smaller. So like
Like in my stuff.
so like put a needle through here, right next to it. I'm gonna pull.
So do we keep just doing that over?
Yep, just over and over and over again. Okay, so you're gonna pull, right?
Sewing is like a lot of
Until you
work.
see right here. You see this little hole? So you're gonna put the needle through that hole.
1 more minute.
Until it tightens. Try again. So you're gonna keep doing that all the way around, and sometimes you can go back and forth like and do the same thing, like again and again over the same area. So it just makes it like tighter, and it makes it stronger. It also depends on what type of fabric you use. If you're using like a silky fabric, you want to do, you want your holes to be a lot closer together. And then if you're doing like a thicker fabric, like this one, they can be a little bit more separated. But yeah, you just keep going.
Ready?
Yeah. Good. And you just keep doing that over and over and over and over again.
It's a lot of work.
I can't imagine making my own bows. This is a lot.
Well, a lot of people use a sewing
The
machine,
sewing machine.
Yeah.
which
My
is a
aunt
different
in
type of
India
stitch.
has
But
and every time when I was little, I would sew, and like she makes like Indian clothes,
Yeah.
and it's so fun.
Okay, your time is
it's
up.
super fun, yeah.
Oh.
Will you?
Remember, stop.
That's good. That's the speech.